I'm Allison. This is Tegan. She's a 12-year-old little girl who is very outgoing, caring, possibly one of the sweetest little girls I know. She loves to spend time with her brother and sister. She loves to be outside playing, riding four-wheelers, dirt bikes, playing soccer. She's absolutely in love with the Kickers and everything they stand for.
She's like our #1 fan. They've been coming to games for years, and I ran into her on the concourse one day. It was pretty simple. I walked up and she looked at me, I looked at her, and I said, "Hey, Tegan." She said, "Hey, Rob," and we've been best friends since.
They've been a huge support system for Tegan. They have been there every step of the way.
She's had a little bit of some health troubles, and Kickers are something that gives her some inspiration and something to look forward to. We're all in.
Tegan was born very early. Bon Secours has been a part of her care since birth. We started in the NICU and she was born 34 weeks. She has gone through what's considered an undiagnosed disease. Since we don't really genetically know what the disease is, we just have to treat the symptoms as they come, which causes us to be in the hospital quite a bit.
So one of the challenges that we've had with Tegan is that we haven't yet identified the underlying cause of all of her complexity.
So Dr. Roundtree is her GI, and he really manages her overall care. So if she's sick, has a cough, we call him, and he's become her best friend. I mean, he's done her care for so long now. She feels sick, she's more comfortable with Dr. Roundtree than she is her mom. They will gang up on me sometimes and tell me what I can and can't do, and she loves it. That's her best buddy there.
Part of what I helped the family understand is that she was going through what we call intestinal failure. Her intestines weren't working hard enough to absorb the nutrients to get her to grow appropriately. She's had a complete genetic evaluation, she's had evaluations by multiple specialists, and we can't yet identify the why, the cause, which is very frustrating. As a physician, we like to know the why, parents like to know the why, kids like to know the why.
Anything can actually send us to the ER. We don't get to see an ordinary pediatrician. It's Bon Secours emergency room that's become our pediatrician.
So one of the concerns that we have with kids with intestinal failure and having central lines, or anyone with a central line, is that the central line is an access point for bacteria to enter the bloodstream. And that's called sepsis when it gets really bad. When Tegan was on a trip to Florida to visit her relatives, that happened to her, and she became very sick, presented to the emergency room, and ultimately was admitted to their ICU.
So the doctors from Bon Secours actually managed her care from here while we were in Florida, because her case is so complex that they don't know really how to handle her situation because they don't know the background. So it's been a huge part of our life.
She was intubated, was on actually what we call an oscillator, which is ventilating times 10. It's really the last resort in ventilation to try and get the lungs to work. I called down there and the ICU doctor started telling me everything that was going on, and I just sort of, my heart fell. I was like, oh my gosh, this is really bad. I mean, I was worried that she wasn't gonna make it out of that hospital. She was really sick. We called down there every day, checking in, and every day there was a little hope, a little bit of difference, a little bit better, and then she finally, miraculously, kind of made it through.
What are you doing?
And so we were able to coordinate with them, coming back up to Richmond to get back on her TPN and kind of restart where she left off. It's really amazing to see her endure and shoulder all of the challenges that she's had as a little person and not kind of fall apart. You think about how horrible it would be to have these central lines in, and she just smiles, and you know, it's really quite impressive as a physician to see her kind of just move through life as if nothing's wrong.
Overall at St. Mary's, we are very grateful from everything. Having that familiar face and seeing those familiar nurses that make you feel comfortable and they can know what's going on and take care of you.
When someone's admitted to the hospital, especially a child, I think it's important to lead with grace. You're seeing them in a not great state, and then for the families as well. We know that it is hard to watch your kid be in the hospital. It's hard to see them struggle. There's so many other factors that go into it. So when there is a person who can be there to support them, to be a gracious, compassionate person, that was something that really drew me to nursing in the first place.
Thank you. It's a fun thing now. It's not stressful. And once we walk in the door, it's almost a relief knowing that we're going to be taken care of and we're in great hands.
It's the best, and they take good care of me.
The pediatric emergency department strictly sees children, and so everything about it, how we function, how it's equipped, is for children. So you come in and you see butterflies, different colors, and it clearly shows that we're there for the children and the families.
Bon Secours is a home, and the team there is unbelievable.
I'm so glad to see you.
Seeing the nurses there, they've really become such a good family to us. They're amazing. She's really taken a liking to them. She actually smiles when she gets to go to the emergency room. Instead of crying and not wanting to go anymore, she gets excited to go there.
I like it.
I've never heard a kid say they like the hospital.
Being in the hospital as a pediatric patient, we're not just treating them physically, but we're also helping them emotionally. We have fun activities like Nintendo Switches. We have a projector on our ceiling that is called an OB projector, and there's a game on the floor that kids can walk around, and that helps them get up and moving, and they can stomp on aliens and pop birthday balloons and things like that.
The green one.
So there's all sorts of fun developmental tools that we can use.
Fly away.
Tegan, look who that is in front of you.
Got you a flower.
She absolutely loves Brian Lee. She met him through Rob, and Brian will come up if he notices, sees her, and stop and always talk to her or gives her knuckles and ask her how her day is going.
Is everything going okay?
He really makes the time to see her and talk and spend a couple of minutes with her. For having a president go and get to know the patients himself is amazing, and it's icing on the cake to her.
He is so nice.
It's seeing her friends, nurses that have taken care of her for a while, and she knows she's in good care there.
Don't cry.
I'm not.
It's a tough situation that Tegan is in, and she manages it with such grace and kindness, and I don't see the bad days, right? I see the good days when she's at games and she's happy, and we just want everything we can to make her experience as positive as we can.
Whether it's through messages or letting her go out on the field to kick the first soccer ball of the game. Rob, every game, will sit beside her for a little while. She feels really special there.
Tegan did receive a new jersey, and she's the only human on the planet that received that jersey. For whatever reason, she rocks the number 3, which is humbling. I love that.
Especially we can make it as positive and enthusiastic and just add her a little bit of sunshine every day. We think that's an important part.
Go Kickers.
The Kickers were gonna come visit her one day. We got down to the emergency room. Next thing I know, the nurses come in with bags full and decorations for a room for Tegan and all Kickers gear. So Tegan had the whole floor. She got all the doctors to take a picture with her wearing her favorite jersey and all holding up the number 3 for Chris Cole in support of the Kickers. It was really cool. Thank you, Bon Secours, for everything you've done.
Her for me is really cute.
They don't let this define her, and they give me the support that I need to be able to give her so much more than this disease does. And like I said, I mean, we know our outcomes and what, possibly is to come. And I'm okay with it because they've made it okay. The scariest thing that I could have ever gone through, they were there for me and her. And it was wonderful. They were there every step of the way, and they will continue to be there every step of the way. Till the final step, huh?
Let's not talk about the final step.
thinking about Tegan and where she is and what she went through in Florida, the family had requested a Make-A-Wish trip, and
he made it possible for her to travel to Disney, and she is so excited. And if it wasn't for Dr. Roundtree, we wouldn't get that last family trip.
But that was really important for her to have that opportunity and to get down there and have some fun and be a kid and enjoy life, which is what we want for her.
I just want to say, I don't know, again, enough thank yous. They've given me my child and so much more. And not enough time or enough words or enough thank yous will ever be enough justice for what they've given us.
Thank you.